Hey folks, okay, I want to do a video today about what to look for when your horse is shedding out or has shed out for the springtime, okay? Now, I'm going to use Shakespeare as an example here because he still has a tiny bit of his winter coat left. I mean, it's just a teensy tiny bit hanging on by a thread, but you can see for the most part, okay, Shakespeare is pure black now, and his coat is very, very short and slick, okay? This is still from the winter, so that's the difference in what you would be looking at. Like, this is old winter coat, and this is his new spring coat, all right? See how he is just nice and smooth. He's jet black for the most part. He's a consistent color. Same with True. True has shed out beautifully. Shakespeare is pushing both the young ones now, actually all of them. Watch his body language. See how his ears are pinned and he's pushing. Anyway, what I was talking about are coats, and like you can see, Wyatt's coat is the same way. It's very slick. It's very, clean. It's short. It's nice and smooth. It's soft, shiny. Actually, all of them right now are looking really, really good. Now, if their coats looked a little bit different, which I can actually reference a video about Comet and Phoenix, who are, let's see, where are they? They are way out there. They are having problems with their coats right now. So I'm gonna walk out there and I'm gonna show you what I mean, because if you have horses and you're looking at their spring coats, okay, and they don't look slicked off like this and clean and shiny, and there's like weird, bald spots, miscellaneous bald spots, or there's flaking skin or something like that, then that tells you that there is something wrong with your horse. There's either a something external that they are allergic to. It could also be something internal, like they're eating something that's not agreeing with them, or they are lacking something that should be in their diet and is not in their diet. Now I'm going to walk over and I'm going to show you Comet's coat in just a minute here, and I'm going to show you something that occurred on his coat that actually occurred last year on Wyatt, okay? It's this weird, he had massive, bald patches on him, and then this real flaky, crusty skin, almost like a dermatitis thing going on. Wyatt went through that last spring, when I was over at the other farm. But since then, I have put him on different food, and I have put him on a supplement. I actually had a soil test done, and I had a nutritional analysis done on Wyatt, and I, came back finding that he had an excess of iron in his diet. So I ordered supplements that would not only did not have iron in them, but actually had more copper in them to help battle the iron. So I'm going to show you what that looks like on Comet, but take a look at Wyatt's coat this year. Beautifully shed out, nice and soft, no bald spots, no issues with him whatsoever. The farrier was just here yesterday. She said his feet are beautiful. There was no thrush, no problems, no issues whatsoever. Nice, strong, healthy feet. So I'm going to, Shakespeare is really vying for attention today, but I am going to go get a video right now of Comet. I'm going to let you see the difference between Comet and Wyatt, and really between Comet and all the other ones here whose coats look so incredibly good. But I am really pleased with the way that my three horses, their coats have turned out this year. Tremendously impressed, and not only just their coats, their top line. This is what's called the top line in a horse, and in a lot of horses it's sunken in and it's not well developed, but these horses are just out in the pasture. They're not ridden, they're not really exercised a whole lot, but Shakespeare, for a 20-something-year-old horse, has just this really, really beautiful top line and looks great. And I do attribute it to these supplements and feed that I am giving him, and I'm going to go ahead and walk down the field now and take a video of Comet so that you can see what I'm talking about. So stay tuned just a second here. Okay, folks, so this is Comet, and I just want you to see the difference in his coat. Now keep in mind, Comet is an old man. He has a disease that's called Cushing's disease. which means he does not let go of his winter coat. He lets go of it a whole lot more slowly than you know, a regular healthy horse would. But I want you to take a look at these bald patches and all this in here. It's some type of like dermatitis or something. It flakes off almost like dandruff, okay? And if you pull on it, you can actually see the bits of dead skin that come off with it. You know, pretty significant chunks of dead skin. So folks, if you have a horse and you see something like this going on at any point in time, whether it be spring, summer, fall, winter, whatever, then you know that you have some type of a problem with your horse. You can also see that he is very sunken in. You can see the top of his spine here. You can see he's very sunken in here. But to be fair, Comet is a rescue horse. He actually was shipped off to slaughter. He was sold for meat, and something happened during that transfer process. I don't know if the shipping truck broke down or got into an accident or what, but he actually fell off the truck, and he was so sick and so weak that they couldn't get him back up again. So he has been rescued. He is safe now. He will never have to go through any of that again, but his immune system has been very compromised, and we are working on getting him built back up. But you can even see these two bony points up here. See how thin he is. So what we're going to do is we're going to put him on my supplements, the ones that I'm feeding my horses, and we're also going to put him on the feed that I'm giving my horses. So in contrast here, here's another Arabian over here. His name is Thunder, and you can see that even Thunder has not shed out nearly the way that my horses have shed out. He's still holding onto this coat. He doesn't have nearly the trouble that that Comet over there has, but he still, I mean, look how hairy his legs still are. So, you know, this ideally should be letting go a lot faster. Thunder here does not have Cushing's. He is no longer metabolic. He used to be a metabolic horse. He is not metabolic any longer. But you know, we're gonna put all this entire group of horses over here, which consists of Comet, an Arabian, Thunder, an Arabian, and then Phoenix over here, who is a quarter horse. They all stay in this pasture by themselves. But just for comparison purposes, I want to show you Phoenix's coat. Okay, Phoenix is a quarter horse, completely different kind of horse, but still his coat is, you know, he still hasn't even shut out. See how he's got this longer, thicker coat than my horses? And look, there's a bald spot there. Now that could have just been, well, no, it's not, because I can feel it. He's definitely got some of these skin issues. Like you can see when you pull it up, it's the same stuff that whatever's going on with Comet is going on with Phoenix. So it could be something, this grass could be different, the pasture could be different. The owner is feeding them something completely different than what I'm feeding my horses. But look here, you see this whole entire patch of some type of dermatitis here. It flakes off, it scrapes off. So again, these are things you want to watch out for if you have horses, folks. You need to look for these kind of skin issues, and then if you have them, you need to figure out what's going on, because they can spread throughout the horse very quickly. And my guess would be that Phoenix and Comet somehow rubbed up against each other at some point, and they're probably transferring this between each other. So anyway, we're gonna take a look at it. We are going to put them on some new food and some new supplements, and we're gonna see if we can't get them back on track. But this is exactly what Wyatt had a year ago at the other farm. His skin was doing this exact same thing. I changed his food. I put him on those supplements. I recognized that he had an overage of iron in his diet, so I put him on a supplement that contained more copper to balance out the iron, and now he's doing fabulously. So I'll keep you guys posted on all of this, but these are just things to watch out for when your horses are shedding out for the spring season. You want to keep an eye out for stuff like this and then make adjustments accordingly. All right, take care. I also just want to say that I will put the links to what I'm feeding the supplements that I'm giving my horses. I will put that in the comments section. And if you find this video helpful and it helped you at all, or you think it might help any other horse people that you might know, if you could please like, comment, bookmark, share, you know, do all the things that they tell you to do to help spread the word. It really helps us and it helps others. So thanks so much.